Guys, this is our first year ever growing Jerusalem artichokes, but this is an insane harvest, especially compared to what we actually planted. Check this out. All right guys, Papa Pepper out in the garden again today. Today is a first because this last year, after years of hoping to and wishing to and contemplating to and working towards it, I finally got some Jerusalem artichoke tubers and I planted them here in this little section. Eventually the plants became so tall I put up a couple T-posts, wrapped a couple wire lines around to keep them in the middle. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what we got underneath here, because at the moment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I had about 13 of them or so that I actually planted down in this bed. And they grew pretty good. And Jerusalem artichokes are also known as sunchokes. They're not really an artichoke. They're a member of the sunflower family. Why people grow them is, first of all, they look nice. They're a good looking plant. But the tubers are tasty. You can eat them raw, you can eat them cooked, add them to stews and things like that. I've only had them a couple times, just kind of sauteed some up in butter in a pan just to try them. Ate some raw before, and this, like I said, our first year growing them. But they're one of those ones where you can get a pretty good return on your investment, meaning if you plant like a pound, you can get like 10 pounds. If you plant like 10 pounds, you can get 100 pounds or so, people say. So this will be my first year actually digging some up and seeing what we got going on in there. I'm excited about it because anything that I can really just get 10 times what I put into it, it is very cool. They definitely look nice. They did attract some different butterflies and stuff. At some point they did have a lot of caterpillars on them too, but I wasn't really concerned with the tops of them. And then eventually the sheep and goats and other things got to eat them all. So everything that came above the surface, they got to eat. That's why they're all chopped down right now. But I'm gonna get digging in here with my boy and we're gonna see what we can find. And I'm looking forward to seeing actually what we got. And then I'll leave some in the dirt and the rest we'll bring in the house. And I'll probably start up another place or two on the property where I can grow these. We'll see where that is and how that works. I'll have to get thinking about it because we've got a long way to go through this property and I haven't exactly planned or figured it all out yet, but looking forward to get started. So let's dig them up, guys. Wow. As I just started with one of the little ones there, but look at this thing. That is beautiful. This is definitely going to be an excellent plant and have a lot of good stuff for us. Just check that out. All right, let's get digging and check it out. This is amazing. Wow guys, that was not what I expected. To say that we got a 10x return on this investment is small. Wow, this whole thing, guys. I mean, I only planted, you know, just a pile like this. Less than 20 of these. Well, man, I definitely got more than 10 times the amount I put into it. And these were incredible to see. A lot of these like this were kind of right underneath the thing, but as you went out, you'd run into these long kind of tuber runner lines, and as he's hanging, you just kind of find these at the end, so they spread. So if you see these kind of sticking away underneath your border, I had to tear up some of the border, and these guys were hiding underneath there. Did we get them all, you think, son?
Maybe.
Yeah, he says maybe. I say I don't think so. I don't think so. I think there's definitely plenty more hiding somewhere in there. But that's a couple things to think about if you plan on growing these. Number one, the first thing I'm going to say, if you know someone who's growing these, you can probably get at least a couple tubers off of them. With the amount that you can get as far as a return on your investment, this is insane. I don't even know what this weighs. I think next year I may do a study where I take, you know, just a couple, like these guys, I'll show you. Just a couple little ones like this, plant them somewhere, weigh it to begin with, you know, wash them and weigh them, and then plant them and see actually what I get by the end of the year out of those, because this, in my mind, these three little ones here would easily, you know, turn into a giant return on the investment. So a couple things to think of. Number one, if you know someone who's growing them or ask around, you should be able to get some off of them, hopefully. Another thing is they do grow wild in many places. There's quite a few different varieties. You normally need, I think, more than one variety to actually have them pollinate and spread by seed. But wherever they're established, it's hard to eradicate them. They'll just kind of keep growing. I don't think we got them all out of here, so I may not even, you know, if I didn't plant this, we would probably have Jerusalem Artichokes here next year. Now I'm going to plant it, and I'm going to space them out, and I'm going to try to, you know, put them a little farther in so we don't have as many running out underneath the border. But once you get them established, they're hard to eradicate. They will continue to grow for years and years to come. And another thing is, right now you're probably living a certain life of convenience. You can head to the grocery store whenever you want, and you can pick up, you know, whatever. If you ain't got the money, you can put on the credit card, right? But eventually the lights may be out. It may not work quite so well. So if you get something like this, and even in some corner of the property, something, just kind of plant them somewhere you don't mind some tall flowers. Oh yeah, he's still finding some. And you plant these there, what you're gonna have is, if things ever get really bad, you're gonna have an on-site food source that can at least provide you, you know, with some food for a while if you ever need to. Now for us, we're trying to grow whatever we can because I want to drop the cost of living to increase the quality of life. I'd like to get to the point where for the rest of my life, whatever I still needed to support my family as far as financially, that I'd be able to make that from the property. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get there, you know, fully, but I'll tell you what, we're doing pretty good right now. So just by avoiding debt, by planting things that make sense, and having them, you know, like my wife's going to be like, wow, really, we're going to be eating those? But she's going to learn to love them, just like the Chinese noodle beans, just like the snake gourds, just like, I forget some of the other, my favorite ones, the Malabar spinach. She's going to learn to love them. They're going to become part of our diet. And because they make so much sense, we're just going to embrace them. So a couple things too, these can store for a while. As well, like I'm not going to rinse all of these off right away. I may tuck them under the house in the shipping container or something and just keep them for a while. Definitely looking forward to making some meals with them. This is insane. It just really is. I was not expecting this much. I don't even know, you know, what this weighs, but it's heavy. It's heavy, and I'm a strong guy, okay? But that was crazy, guys. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to finding a couple other places on the property that I can at least tuck these for right now. At least have them start growing and continue to get a return on this. And also this soil here, it was really just some of the free wood mulch compost. So it's not even that good of soil. We did dump some rabbit manure on there a couple times. And stuff throughout the year as well. But a nice thing too is that it wasn't, you know, it wasn't all rock and clay. It wasn't hard for us. We were able just, you know, with hands to sort through this and kind of churn it up. So that's really good. I'll have to consider that when I plant some more here. But it didn't grow in that good of soil either. And just an incredible harvest. So guys, that's crazy. If you've never grown them, I'd definitely recommend it. There's plenty of places that you can order them off online too. And even if you find some at a grocery store, at a farmer's market for sale, you don't have to eat them. You could bury them. You could stick them in your dirt. So think about that as well. I'm blown away. How was that, son?
Good.
Do you think we'd get that many? Did you think we'd get that many? I didn't. I was blown away. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys next time. This is our first year growing these. Insane, blown away, appreciate it. Definitely gonna be growing them for years to come, and hopefully they'll be one of those things we learn to love and that keep us nourished and growing. All right, Papa out. As always, I'm Papa Pepper, and I'd like to remind you, don't post for free. If you'd like to be part of a revolution in social media, an economic power to the people where users can actually blog for cryptocurrency, then I'd recommend that you check out steemit.com and join the revolution. Papa out.